You're raised a certain way, and then like, are you believing this because you actually do, or because you've been taught it? Or, I just feel like
Definitely.
for sure.
What's your name?
Meredith.
Meredith. My name is Sabur. Meredith, the thing is...
I don't know. I want to have go.
Oh, no, that's fine, that's fine. Please, she doesn't want to
I just
go.
wanted to.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, the thing is, Meredith, Quran gives you a criteria. And that criteria, I think, is a criteria that human beings can agree with. They may not agree with the Quran, but they can agree with the criteria. And that criteria is, don't follow your forefathers. Don't follow your society. Don't follow your own desires. Because two human beings can be taught the same thing, and they will have opposite reactions. So, for example, somebody may be a lung surgeon, and they still smoke cigars. They have the logical idea that cigars are bad, but do they act upon it? No. So your desires don't lead you to truth either. So the Quran says society doesn't lead you to truth. Your desires don't lead you to truth. The only thing that leads you to truth is your sound intellect and what's within you. The Quran speaks about human nature, that human beings want to connect to something greater. Some of the best experiences that we as human beings have is when we see a waterfall, when we see the night sky. You can play on your phone all day, you can be on WhatsApp, you can watch, Dunkirk, you can see films. There's nothing that's more hair-raising for the human being than seeing something that's greater than us, seeing something that's more sublime. That's part of human nature. And what the Quran says is, if you want to connect to God, then look into nature. Because nature is the book of God. When I look at the human body, I think to myself, how can someone study this and not be in awe? I just recently bought an iPhone 7, right? I was so happy. I got it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days later, I was like, just another phone? Just another phone? But, the human body, I have blood running through my body right now, right? And in my veins, in my capillaries, there's blood. If there's leakage in my body somewhere, what happens? I can die. I can have blood clots, right? Yet there is a leakage in my body and your body right now. It's in all human bodies. And the leakage is in your brain. There is a small part of the blood which comes out and drops into a part of your brain which is tested for toxins all the time. So if you manage to eat something which is bad for you, your body will react because it will test that you have just eaten a toxin. Now that is phenomenal. Your kidneys, it does amazing chemical analysis which the best labs in the world can't do. Now this design within us, this is the work of God. And the message of all the prophets of God, forget religion for now, the message of Jesus, the message of Moses, the message of Noah, the message of Abraham, was not to go around killing each other, fighting, taking over the world, whatever. It was have the best relationship, because relationships is what makes you happy. So Meredith, if I was to give you $1 billion, what would you buy?
I know where I think you're going to go with that, and I think it brings it back to your iPhone. It's not about this eternal happiness and fulfillment or whatever. That's the money. It's not going to do anything.
The quality of your life, and I'm going to make a claim, I could be wrong, is only dependent upon the relationships you have with other people and with all our relationships in general. Right? Now, if I gave you $1 billion and you could buy whatever you want, but no human beings to share that experience with, you'd be upset. Now, Islam teaches, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, I came only, that's what he said, to perfect manners. I only came to help you with your relationships. So in Islam, the quality of your life is dependent upon the quality of your relationships. The best relationship you can have is with the one who created you. And after you have the relationship with the one who created you, Islam and all the prophets of God, they taught to have a good relationship with the environment and with other people. Because you were in your mother's womb for 9 months. I didn't know you. Your husband didn't know you if you're married. Your friends didn't know you. And when you die and you go in your grave, you're going to be on your own. So you came from a womb and you're going to go into a tomb. And in between this time, the only common denominator, the only person that was present when you were in your mother's womb and when you will be in your grave is God. And if you have a relationship with God, God will show you signs that will lead you to happiness, that will lead you to tranquility, that will lead you to truth. We as Muslims, we don't believe in blind belief. We don't believe, oh, I'm raised in a Muslim family, so therefore I'm Muslim. Well, I'm going to say to this guy, why don't you become Muslim? We believe the best way at arriving at truth is to use your mind and to use your relationship with God and ask Him for guidance.
Do you mean to say that atheists and all the people don't have mind?
That's a good question. The thing is, I can be rash. You know what, in this country, you sound like you're from Australia.
Yeah, New Zealand.
New Zealand, there you go, sorry about that. Now, you know in this country, if you go buy a cigarette packet, it has a really horrific picture, I don't know if you've seen it,
Yeah.
right? Now those people who are smoking cigarettes, do they not know it's bad for them? They do know it's
Say
bad.
they'd be living under a rock if they didn't.
So logic doesn't mean it's going to affect your behavior. It's about your heart. And the Quran says, on the day of judgment, the only person that will be saved is the one who has a sound heart. A sound heart will always lead you to God and will always lead you to truth. But the things which cloud the heart is society, is other people, is our own desires, is our own sins. But when we try to cleanse our heart, God will put happiness in our heart. In the Quran it says, the only thing that will give you happiness, only thing that will give you inner peace is remembering God. Remembering God is not, you could be walking around Meredith, just walking out of Speaker's Corner, and you could look at the trees and think to yourself, every single tree has a cell, and every single cell has more information than all the books in the world. You just worshipped God by thinking that way. So Islam teaches we should be continuously worshipping